Good morning and welcome to another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT, where we spend 15 minutes helping you create a movement habit. Today, we're going to focus on scapula, spine, and hips. We're going to start off today in our cat-cow spine segmentation. We're going to line up with our hands directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips. And we're going to take our spine through extension, and flexion. We're going to try to create a wave up and down the spine. So we'll start off in a relatively neutral position. We're going to rotate our hips down towards the ground, putting our lumbar spine in extension. I want you to go nice and slow through this. Continue to rotate the hips as much as possible till you can't get any more. Excuse me. And then we're going to work our way up the spine, starting to press that rib cage down, getting into our thoracic spine now. Continuing to go up the spine, we're going to lift the chest up. Then we're going to pick the head up. And then we're going to look up as high as we can. This is full extension. And then we will revert, starting off by tucking the chin, then tucking the head. You're going to look between your legs, press away from the ground and come up through the upper back. Then we're going to tuck our rib cage in, tuck our belly in, and then tuck our tail between our legs. We are now in full flexion, and then we'll reverse from here, starting with just the hips. I want you to keep your rib cage in the same spot as we rotate our hips down towards the ground now. This is an anterior pelvic tilt. Go as far as you can before we start working our way up the spine. This is all about control, so I want you to really focus here. Pressing the rib cage down, picking that chest up, picking the head up, picking the chin up, looking up as high as you can. We'll pause and then reverse. Tucking the chin, tucking the head, pushing away from the ground, coming up through the upper back, tucking that rib cage in, tucking your belly in, and tucking your tail between our legs. This is full flexion, and we're going to reverse again. We'll do 3 reps here. We're rotating that pelvis down towards the ground, putting our lumbar spine in extension, pushing that belly down, pushing the ribs down, working our way up the spine, picking the chest up, picking the head up, and the chin. Pause and revert. Tucking the chin, tucking the head like you're looking between your legs. Push away from the ground, pulling that rib cage in, pulling the belly in, and tucking your tail between your legs. Excellent. Next, we're going to go to the hips. We're going to do a hip stretch here. So we're going to go into this position. We're going to stretch the hip flexors. So from here, we're going to push the hip forward and squeeze the glute. Then we're going to lift our arm up and we're going to lean over to the side. We'll do 5 of those. So follow along. Driving the hip forward, squeeze the glute. You should feel a stretch in your hip flexors. We're going to take that arm, reach up as high as we can first, and then coming over. You'll feel a stretch in your ribs and your obliques. And coming back, release the hips. Drive the hips forward, squeeze the glute, reach up as far as you can, and then coming over top, laterally flexing the spine. Hold, and then coming back. Again, this is number 3. Hip forward, squeeze the glute, reach up as high as you can, reaching across. Feel that stretch, hold the stretch. And coming back down. Again, hip forward, squeeze the glute, make sure you feel a stretch, reach up with the arm, coming across, and back down. And one more time here. Hip forward, squeeze that glute, reach up, and reach across. And excellent. We'll flip over to the other side. Going into our half lunge position. Driving that hip forward, squeeze your glute. That puts you in full hip extension. Reaching up with that arm as high as you can. And then laterally flexing, reaching over top. Hold. And back. Again, driving the hip. Squeeze the glute. Reach up. And lean over. That's 2. Again, hip forward, squeeze the glute, reach up, and over top. That's 3. Going again, hip forward, squeeze the glute, coming up and over top. You should feel a big pull through here. That's 4, and one more time. Drive the hip forward, squeeze the glute, reach up, and coming over top. Excellent. Okay, we're going to continue with the hips. We're going to go into this position. So you're down on one knee, the other leg is straight. I want you to make sure you keep that leg straight. From here, our hands are going to be planted. We're going to rock our hips back. We're going to feel a stretch in the inner thigh, your adductors, and a little bit of the hamstring. So really drive those hips back. Hold. And then we're going to come forward. And I really want you to press the hip forward. You're going to feel more of a stretch in the adductors during this. Good. And then coming back, we'll do 5. Rocking back, pushing those hips back. Feel a good stretch. I want you to push down into that foot. And coming forward, keep pressing into the foot as you come forward. Drive those hips towards the ground. Excellent. And back. This is number 3. Continuing to press that straight leg into the ground. Hips back. Hold. And forward. Driving those hips forward. Keep pressing into that foot. And coming back for rep 4. Hips back. I'm continuing to press into the foot. You should notice you get a little further every time. And coming forward. Push those hips down. You can squeeze the glutes as well. And last one, rocking back. Nice and slow as we continue pressure into that foot. Dropping the hips back. And coming forward, nice and slow. Driving those hips towards the ground. And relax. We'll come out and we'll switch sides. So other leg is straight. And you should notice an immediate stretch in those adductors. Okay, from here, we're going to drive the hip back again. Pressing down into that foot, creating tension. Feel the stretch. And now coming forward. Drive that hip towards the ground, keeping the leg straight. And back. Nice and slow. Feel the stretch, feel the tissue that's stretching. Drive those hips back. If you want to go a little bit wider now, you can. And forward. Driving the hips forward and to the ground while you press into the foot. Excellent. Starting rep 3. Coming back. Again, this is a high tension exercise, so we're constantly pressing that foot into the ground. Feel the stretch. Put force into it. And then coming forward, driving your hip down. That's 4. We have 1 more. Coming back. I think that was 3. This is number 4. Pushing the hips back. Coming forward. Continuing pressure into that foot as we drive the hips down. Excellent. We have 1 more. Coming back. Try to get more range here. And then coming forward. Pushing those hips down. And that's 5. Come out nice and slow. And then we're going to go to our scapular cars next. This can be done standing or kneeling. It's up to you. Going to have our fists out in front. We're going to do 5 reps in each direction. You can follow along here. We're going to start with protraction. So we're going to punch forward as the scapula glide along the rib cage, pulling the shoulders to the ears as high as you can, squeezing back, and then dropping down into depression. I want you to hold the previous movement as you perform the next. So I'm holding my shoulders down, I'm punching forward, and bringing my shoulders up to my ears, squeezing back, and dropping down. Punching forward, this is protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. We have 2 more. Keep those arms straight. Protraction, punching forward, bringing the shoulders up to the ears, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then dropping them down. 1 more time here. Protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. We're going to drop the arms and give them a quick shake. And then we're going to reverse. Make a fist, elbows are straight. We're going to squeeze back into retraction, slowly pulling the shoulders up to the ears, punching forward into protraction, and then dropping down into depression. Retraction, elevation, protraction, and depression. Retraction, elevation, control the movements, protraction, and depression. You're trying to get as much range as possible. Retraction, elevation, protraction, depression, and again, retraction, elevation, protraction, and depression. Okay, we'll give you a quick break, and then we're going to go into our extension. So we're going to lie down in push-up position. We've done this in a lot of classes, really trying to stretch out the anterior chain and correct those effects of sitting. Here we go. I want you to take a deep breath in. We're going to lead with the chin. Coming up, looking up as high as you can. And coming back down. So that's 1. Again, deep breath in. Lead with the chin. Pause. And back down. So I'm going to stop saying pause at the top, and I'll just let you know when to come down. Deep breath in. Coming up. And down. That's 3. We got 2 more. Deep breath in. Coming up. And back down. And again, last one. Deep breath in. Coming up. And back down. Excellent. And that is another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you like the class, please give it a thumbs up. We're starting to add more variety into our classes, and we will continue to do that to help you create a movement habit. And I will see you tomorrow.